Hello everyone. In this video we are going to study about the electrostatic potential due to a dipole at its journal point. So first we have to differentiate, or we have to understand what is the meaning of journal point and the difference between the journal point and the equatorial point and the axial point. So our topic is electric potential due to a dipole at a journal point. So first we understand what is the difference between the journal point and the axial point and the equatorial point. Now the axial point means the angle between the dipole moment vector P and the displacement vector R is 0 degree. Means the point P where we have to calculate the electrostatic potential is parallel to the dipole for the axial case. So for the axial case the point P is parallel to the dipole. So the angle between the displacement vector and the dipole moment vector is 0 degree. Clear? Now for the equatorial point the angle between the dipole moment vector P and the displacement vector R is 90 degree. Means the point P is at right angle or perpendicular to the dipole. Clear? So I hope you all understand what is the difference between the axial point and the equatorial point. Now we comes to the journal point. Journal point means we are just putting the point at any angle theta. So the angle theta between the point the dipole moment vector P and the displacement vector R is theta. So our point P is in this case is not at 0 degree, not at 0 degree or not at 90 degree. It is at angle theta. So the angle between the P and the R is theta. Clear? Now so the angle between the P and the R is theta. Let total length of the dipole is 2a. We know generally we take the length of the dipole is 2a. Clear? Now we are letting some distance. So the AO is A. This is our AO is A. OB is A. Now the PO, the distance between the point P and the midpoint of the dipole is R. So our point P is R distance apart from the midpoint of the dipole. Clear? Now for this derivation we have to do one construction. Without this construction we are not able to do this derivation. So please remember this construction. So our construction is to draw the perpendicular. Okay? Draw the perpendiculars. So first draw the perpendicular BN. This is our BN over PO. So we have to draw one perpendicular whose name is BN over PO. So BN is perpendicular to the PO, and similarly we have to draw perpendicular AM on MO. AM on MO. So this is our construction. Now so what we have, the triangle AMO and the triangle BNO. So where we have our triangle AMO is right angle triangle, and our triangle BNO is also a right angle triangle. Clear? So here we can use the right angle identities. Now in triangle OBN, so this is our triangle OBN. So in this triangle the cos theta is equal to base upon my hypotenuse. So in that case we have 90 here. So the in front side of the 90 degree is called hypotenuse. So this is our hypotenuse. I am writing it H by P. Now the side in front of angle theta is called perpendicular. So this is our perpendicular. So remaining side is known as base. Clear? So our ON is base. So the value of the base is ON, and the value of the hypotenuse, which is OB, is A. Our value of OB is A. So we are putting the value of the base and the hypotenuse. So we have ON upon my A. Clear? So from here we have ON is equal to A cos theta. So please remember the value of the ON is A cos theta. Clear? Now Similarly, in triangle AMO, we are applying again cos theta, which is MO upon में AO. Similarly, MO upon में AO. MO is our base and AO is our hypotenuse. Now, so this comes out to be MO upon में A. Now the value of the MO comes out to be A cos theta. Clear? Now, so there is a, please note this thing. This is the very important thing for this derivation. We are assuming that the dipole is very small. The length of the dipole is very small. So the size of the dipole is very small. Clear? So our assumption is, we are assuming that since the dipole is very small, then the distance AP, so this is our distance AP, is equal to BM. So our distance AP is equal to PM, sorry, the distance AP is equal to PM. So AP is similarly equal to PM is equal to R plus A cos theta. Why? Because from P to O we have R, and from O to M we have A cos theta. So the value of the AP comes out to be R plus A cos theta. This is our equation 1, you can say. Now, similarly we have BP. So this is our side BP. Clear? Since the dipole is very small, which is our assumption. Now, so BP is similarly equal to PN. This is the side of PN. Clear? Whose value comes out to be R minus A cos theta. Clear? Now, so for the negative charge, the potential comes out to be V negative, which is minus KQ upon में AP. Minus KQ upon में AP. Put the value of AP from the above equation. We have minus KQ upon में R plus A cos theta, because the value of the AP is R plus A cos theta. Similarly, the potential of the positive charge comes out to be positive, because potential is a scalar quantity. For negative charge it is negative, and for positive charge it is positive. Now, so KQ upon में BP is equal to KQ upon में R minus A cos theta. Why? Because the value of the BP is R minus A cos theta. Clear? So now the total potential at point P is given by V is equal to potential due to positive charge plus potential due to negative charge. So V plus Q plus V minus Q. Now putting the values of V plus Q and V minus Q, we have V is equal to KQ upon में R minus A cos theta minus, because the potential of the negative charge is negative, minus KQ upon में R plus A cos theta. Now we have, we have seen that KQ is common. KQ is common in the both the expressions, so just take it out. So KQ comes out to be outer the bracket. Now, so we left with inside the bracket 1 upon में R minus A cos theta minus 1 upon में R plus A cos theta. Because KQ is common in both the exception, so we just take it out from the bracket. Now just take the LCM. So this goes up and that goes up. So we have R plus A cos theta minus R plus A cos theta. It's a simple mathematics. You all can do it easily in your home. Now, so and in the denominator, it's a very simple formula: A minus B, A plus B, which is A square minus B square. So we have applied it here. So it comes out to be R square minus A square cos square theta. So we have here we have R plus R and minus R, which cancel out each other. So we left with A cos theta plus A cos theta, which is 2A cos theta. So V is equal to KQ plus 2A cos theta. Clear? Here we know that this (2A into Q) is called dipole moment. We replace it with the P, where P is the dipole moment. So it comes out to be V is equal to KP cos theta upon में R square minus A square cos square theta. So this is the expression for the general point. This is the expression for the electrostatic potential at the general point of the dipole. Now, so here we have two cases. One is called axial point. For axial point case, theta is 0. The value of the cos 0 is 1. So just put the value of the cos theta in the above expression. We have V axial is equal to Kp, because cos theta become 1 and cos theta also become 1. So we left with Vax is equal to Kp upon में r square minus a square. Clear? Similar expression for the axial case. From general case we can also calculate the value of the electrostatic potential at the axial point. Clear? Now our second case is equatorial point. So for equatorial point the value of the theta is 90 degree. So the value of the cos 90 is 0 degree. Just put the value of the cos 90, which is 0, in the above expression. So we left with Kp multiplied by 0 upon my r square minus a square multiplied by 0. So this whole thing become 0. So the value of the potential at the equator comes out to be 0. So in that way, from the general point we can also calculate the value of the electrostatic potential at axial point and the equatorial point. So I hope you all understand what is general point and how we can calculate the value of the electrostatic potential due to a dipole at the general point. Thank you.